What's going on, good people of Cherokee County? Big Matt and Diamond Dean in the house. We appreciate everybody tuning in this week with us. Dean, what's going on today, bro?
Yeah, man. Just had homecoming at the graveyard today.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Good, good. We do that every year. Go over and put new marble on it. Put flowers on the grave.
Right, yeah.
Not many people do it anymore.
That's true. That's true.
But, we do it every year. We do. And I think a lot of people do it. But you can go on your own time. Everybody used to meet there at 10 o'clock and doing it everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's kind of stopped. And I noticed that the church service was still outside today. And I asked Eddie, I thought Ivy lifted everything as far as restrictions.
Did. Yeah, a long time ago.
But now, I will say this church has been having it inside. Now, I don't really know why.
Might just been pretty weather. Maybe they decided to be outside.
Oh, maybe they did. Maybe they did.
Well, anyways, it's been another Sunday around here, cleaning up a little.
Yeah.
Got a new mailbox put up.
I need one.
Got a new mailbox put up. We did that last night. My son, Marcus, got us this light strip here for my birthday.
I like it. It looks good.
It was the 30th, so thank you, Marcus, for that. Hope everybody's having a good evening. As usual, we're going to have a lot of local news. We've been to some local baseball games. Second round playoffs got underway this weekend. And we're going to discuss some of that. Saturday game, me and Marcus right over there at Spring Garden. And
saw a good one, huh?
Wow.
Classic.
I knew when I come into the game, something big was going to happen. I just knew it.
When you got two people call you or text you from Spring Garden and say, boy, you missed it.
Man.
You're like, dang.
We're also going to go over some SEC NFL draft picks from Auburn, Georgia. And, of course, everybody knows Alabama had a pick or two. So we're going to go over that a little bit. Again, we appreciate everybody for spending a little bit of time with us this evening. And, of course, we always got to thank our sponsors. Dean, this renewal time for our sponsors, and I reach out to some of our sponsors there and talk to them. And they're all ready to get right back on board with us, Dean.
Good deal.
So we appreciate them, as always. Derry King, Shelley, and the girls always doing a good job cooking up something good up there. And Warrior Gym, they've been doing it with us since I was recording it on my phone. How long they've been hanging around with us.
We've been on it 16 months. So.
Kevin Stargell, Lawn Landscaping, talked to him the other day. He's really busy. Scott Lloyd, reached out to him. Scott's doing really good, and the kids are good. And, of course, JR and April McKenzie's come on with us at the newest. Everything's going good with them. So, appreciate all our sponsors. And we'll just get right into what we did. We went out there the other day, Dean, to...
Hold up, Sean Kilgrove's watching. How
you
doing, Sean?
What's up, guys?
Did you get drafted?
Sean got picked up.
He was fast.
Cowboys.
All right.
Had been a dream for him.
That would have been a dream for him.
It would have.
Cowboys. Local car dealer drafted.
We went to...
Good car dealer.
Well, I'll mention this first. The dinner. Coach Smith, back a week or two ago, and reached out to me, invited me to come over for have dinner with the boys' baseball team. Parents cooked a pasta, like a chicken Alfredo dinner, bread, salad. It was great.
Really?
Yeah, and the parents...
So that was Wednesday?
Yeah, showed up. Yeah. So I went out there. He couldn't make it, but I ate enough for me and you both. It's okay. I ate 2 cupcakes, one for you and me, so everything's good.
Really? Was the pasta good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the ladies did a great job. I appreciate them for letting me come hang out. And then, of course, we went out there Friday evening and got in the game, and they got down,
Yeah, the North Jackson seemed to me to be a pretty tall order.
It was.
Nap on the horn.
What's up, Nap?
Got a big game this week. I called him the other day and told him he's going to go on down there and just tailgate all week at Victory. But I don't think the people in the Victory like that very much. But
probably not.
He had a laugh over it, But we may go, but not on Sunday. So.
Let's see. The first game, Center played. It was they lost 12-2. North Jackson.
Well, they really hit the ball.
Yeah,
well.
they did. That was just it. Everybody just hit the ball. Deegan Scott took the loss for him. I thought he did a good job up there.
Yeah,
and he was throwing the right pitches. They just hit the ball, and that's baseball. And I told him during the game, the thing of baseball is you hit the baseball, and they hit it, and they just hit it a lot of times where nobody was at. Hayden Whitter went 2 for 4 on the plate. And North Jackson had scattered 12 hits in the game from Guess, Adams, Jernigan, Morris, and Smith. They just played a good game. And we had to get out of there, and we went over to Spring Garden. And while that was going on, they pulled out a close one here. Connor Wilson had took the loss. He pitched the second game. Right-hander surrendered only 7 runs at 6 hits in 4 innings, striking out 3. Walker Pruitt went 3 for 3 during the game.
Walker, Craig's boy.
They lost that game 6-8.
That best out of 3. Now, let me say one thing before we get into it. 2 things I noticed in these games was some of the we saw some good hits.
Yeah,
long.
Yeah, Connor. I shared that picture.
Oh
Connor
man, he slammed that, but
there
there was 4 others at center nearly hit out. But the outfield, the fielding was in the outfield.
Yeah,
in both games.
Yeah,
was tremendous.
Yeah.
We saw a boy from Spring Garden hit one, and I mean, he just killed it. And
Yeah.
I reckon the guy climbed up on the fence nearly and caught it.
Yeah, twice. There was another one over on the foul pole line
that was that the one?
It went down left field over there. I just thought it was gone, and Tori corrected me. It wasn't, that the boy caught it.
Well, I mean, one of them was so bad that the fans were hollering.
Yeah.
Because they thought the refs had called a foul. And they was like, there's no way, you're terrible. And somebody's like, he caught it.
Yeah.
He's like, ain't no way he caught it.
There was one. We'll get into that game, too. We go over to Spring Garden Friday night there and spent a little bit of time on my birthday over there.
Oh, yeah, I did wish you had it.
Yeah, now that Friday game, Dean, tell them what we had rolling over there. Because they had lost
they lost the first one, 7-1.
7-1. They thought, man, they wasn't hitting the ball good. But
we get up.
Coach Benefield rallies the troops.
Well, the last one, about as soon as we get there, Luke.
Yeah, he hit some more, too.
And, oh, man, they just played great. Weston had a big hit in the gap, drove in 3 runs, and there was a grand slam late in the game. Mark, if you're watching this, tell us exactly who had the grand slam. I mean, we got caught up in the game there.
Man,
that was right after Floyd. I mean, Floyd pretty much hit a home run.
Yeah.
Which would have been a 3-run shot, I think.
Yeah.
And the guy just actually stuck his glove over the fence and caught it.
Yeah.
Made a great play. But, golly, they hit. I bet they had 15 or 20 hits.
And in the Faultville series now, we'll break this down over the series. We'll go with Chapel.
He had a good
10 at bats, 4 hits.
Wow.
Chaz, 10 at bats, 5 hits, batting 500. Riley, 8 at bats, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Weston, 12 at bats, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 RBIs, batting 500. Luke, 10 at bats, 5 hits, and he hit 2 out over there.
Well, the grand slam. I mean, it was already 11-2, but the grand slam just Chaz Pope hit the slam. There you go, Mandy Pope. Congrats to her son. He hit that. I did not know if he hit that or not.
Guthrie and goes 10 for 5. Petty goes 3 for 3. He was the third baseman over there. He had been getting better all year. And
he got hurt.
Yeah, I was excited watching him, keeping up with him. He was just getting better over there at third base. Made a big play down there at Chocolock one time for the guys. Maddox, 9 at bats for 1. Landon went 4 for 3. And Floyd 3 for 1. And Cam was 4 for 1. Just top to bottom, guys, the boys played so well. It was really exciting. I mean, it was a great game. So we pack up and leave out that night, and it was 15-2 or so when we left.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
15-2 when we left. Then we went to another game.
So
it was already 8:30.
We go up Valley Head and watch them play Marcel, and I went in and pitched 2 innings.
We had a good time. We did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I'm glad we did it.
Now Saturday morning, me and Marcus get up and we go have breakfast. I go to the gym early and got him up. We eat breakfast and everything. So let's just go out there. I mean, it's pretty today. There ain't nothing else going on. It's the first Saturday I've had off in a couple of weekends. So just me and you, we'll just take off and go out there. And we did.
Yeah.
We get in out there. get settled in. I get in the dugout and get a few pictures, and they it wasn't they wasn't playing good. They would hit the ball, they just hit it to somebody,
Right.
you know, and it just and the Faulkville kid that was pitching that smaller pitcher up there on the mound, and
Well, nobody making errors.
I knew, yeah, nobody, nobody made a lot of errors. There was one here or there, but what I really enjoyed about the game the most was watching them play, and it got out of hand there about, well, I guess it was probably the 6th inning, and I thought, their big boy, their catcher, hits a 2-run shot.
Yeah, he hit a couple of home runs in that.
And I thought in my head, I said, man, this is bad.
Yeah.
They're in the back, because I was keeping up, with 2 runs here, and I said, well, if they'll get 2 runs this inning, they'll be okay. Well, they didn't. They'd hit the ball. Man, the guys, they're in the second round for a reason. Falk was good.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of. I saw a lot of good baseball Friday.
Well, they had a time there, and I think maybe it was Weston gets up there and hits one. They get on base and they start getting on base, and the team just comes to life. Riley hits, then Luke bangs one off the fence. The guy crushed the fence with his shoulder. I mean, I don't know how it didn't go over. The kid runs into the fence hard. They just start ripping the ball, and they changed pitchers there at the inning. Man, they come on and score like 8 runs.
Wow.
Just to make that big comeback like that, and they change pitchers. They're rocking this guy. They're hitting the ball off the fence out there. They're just rocking the fence with the ball. Riley, he may have had 2 strikes on him, and the guy throws some dirt ball up on the other side of the plate, and he just leans out and nearly one-handed backhands it over blooper down like third base right on the line. And that gets him on. They go nuts. It scores a run. It's like the more each batter came up, the more exciting the game got.
It just kind of snowballed.
It did. You could ask Marcus, and he said, Daddy, he said, you always tell me that. I mean, the game's not over till it's over. He's just reassured me that the game was not over for him, and the guys just kept believing. It was a great game to be at.
Shane Kirk, 8 runs with 2 outs.
Yes.
All right, what's y'all's overall record, Shane?
I
think I want to say they're 24-13. And I don't know exactly, but I'm fixing to play 40 baseball games.
Well,
or get close to it.
It was a great game to be at. I just didn't. You need to report on it. It's what we do.
Yeah.
But you just had to be there. It's just one of those games. The energy there was just great. Coach Benefield and all the coaches did a great job, and I really appreciate them for letting me hang out and take pictures of the boys and report the game. Seen Shannon over there. He was getting some news and doing pictures and stuff. It's always good to see Shannon.
Yeah, he's good about covering.
It was a good atmosphere, and we appreciate them letting us come over there, and we're excited for them to be. They're going to host
24-14.
Mars Hill.
Now, I won't tell you how much times have changed. They will host Mars Hill. Is Mars Hill as good in baseball as they are in football?
Well, they're 19-12 overall. They're 4-0 in their league. Games lost, non-region to Florence, non-region games to Brooks, and Phil Campbell's non-region, Dessler non-region. They're winning all their region games. Looks like they beat non-region. Who is this here?
Lauderdale
County. They beat them in a non-region game.
I know they were dominant in football.
Yeah. Oh, they're a private school.
Unbeatable. Tyler Blaylock, what's up?
Got a little extra money to spend. Let's see here. West End, they beat West End 12-2, and then they beat them again 14-2 in the last game to go on now to play Spring Garden. So, Spring Garden and Mars Hill baseball also have a little history. I think they played in.
I don't know much about
17.
Mars Hill as far as the baseball.
A couple of years ago they played, and Spring Garden lost to them like, what was the scores? Shane knows, 11-2 and 9-3 or something. So they have a little history with them. It's been a couple of years ago, and
the best thing they got for them playing at home, obviously.
Sure, and
that'd be Thursday, right?
I don't. It said Friday on but that Max Prep stuff is not always correct.
I think Cloudus told me Thursday, and then if there had to be a game 3,
be Friday.
It'll be Friday.
Okay. So good luck to them.
Yeah, we wish them the best.
We'll try to get out there and watch them one day.
They're going to play 40 ball games. and they're in the Elite Eight. All right, I talked to Mr. Lovelace one day, and he took a team to the semifinals.
They had 16 games.
They played 21.
Yeah, that's about right.
In the made it to the semifinals. They went 17-4 or something like that. Of course, that's when Tony Biscuits played, Tony Crane.
Yeah.
He hit one of the Weissmart.
Yeah, well, he put one out there in the lake from Sea Bluff baseball field. I seen it.
Yeah, you saw it.
Yeah.
Hit a fisherman, didn't he?
Yeah, hit a guy in a boat, knocked him over on a boat.
Tony Crane, it's all up in some Cedar Bluff athletic folklore.
At its very finest.
Yeah, he is. He's all up in it. But that just tells you how much more baseball they're playing.
Yeah, Coach Benefield's
changed a lot.
Got them a lot of extra games put in. They went there at Chocolate, a couple of different times and played some just games.
Yeah, right.
Let them see different pitching and let them see better opponents. And, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Experience. That gets them ready for these playoff times. And the guys were kidding with each other after the game during the interview they had with Shannon. And Weston said, once Riley hit the ball,
Shannon Kirk.
Went
3 games.
Just 2 years ago. Yeah.
Won game 1, then lost game 3. Okay.
Yeah. I knew they had played before. I remember that somewhat. But Weston says, Riley hit the ball, and I couldn't let him show me up. I mean, if he hits the ball and I don't, he's going to give me a hard time about it. So, and Luke, he was catching there was nothing getting by him Saturday.
He's an excellent baseball player. Him and Weston, really. That whole team.
I know
they're good,
and they're losing some, but they're going to be good next year.
We were talking about me and Sean. Actually, we're talking about this Spring Garden senior class is leaving, and it has to be the best in school history. I would think so. I mean, especially as far as they went in football.
Yeah.
Now I know they've had some very great basketball teams over there.
Yeah.
But, they go to the semifinals in football.
In baseball.
You go to the quarterfinals, and you win 19 in basketball. And a lot of the same guys, not all of them, but a lot of them are the same people.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just pretty impressive.
It is. Yeah, we wish them luck. We're going to try to get out there. We can probably catch at least the end of one and most of game 2.
We can catch game 2 for sure.
Yeah. So, again, we appreciate everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
Today, take a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with us. It's always very appreciative. We do appreciate it. We're going to do NFL draft stuff, or
yeah, we're going to get to that pretty quick. Got some interesting ones.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, Tyler Blaylock's watching. I coach with him.
Oh yeah.
Mark Welsh.
Let's see
That's a
here.
thumbs up. I didn't know what that was, Mark. Slipping us off there. What are you talking about?
Let's see here. Oh, I got a question. What about track and field, Cedar Bluff? I'll mention them and surrounding other schools. Center girls stuff had done good. Cedar Bluff. Marcus last weekend had bronzed in the disc. He missed state by just a inch or 2. I'm proud of him for doing that, just to pick the thing up, and have never really done it. And even the medal in it, you've never done it. So I'm proud of him for that.
Yeah, that's not easy.
No, I tried to fool with it one day.
I'll put it like this. I went and ran the 400. That's one lap of race. And I thought I was excellent at it. I finished 6th in the section. Not the state.
Yeah.
In the section. So track's not an easy event.
No. Artie had done good. He had some good run in sectionals. And Nick, he medaled in state. And Dylan, he medaled too. He missed something in the state by just a couple of inches too, man. It's so close, but he's got a lot more time to throw disc. Dylan's young. He's got plenty more time to throw shot put.
Oh, man. Dylan's
and Ombre throws javelin. He medaled. In javelin, he silvered, didn't he?
He won the silver. Yes, he
and
did.
Then the 400.
Congrats to the gals.
Yeah, they got first on the.
Kevin Starr was watching with us.
What's up, Kevin?
They got first. Now, who are the 4 girls?
They're so young. I don't know those young girls.
I know one of them, Shannon Hawkins, who was also a track star.
Yeah.
Was one of them, but now I'm not sure on who the other 3. If anybody knows, let us know. I'm wanting to say 2 of them was.
It's Freddie's girls.
Freddie Satcher's daughters, right? Tiffany. Lamont Stallings.
Yes.
Yes, Lamont and Derek.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, seem like they've been
They're
doing
very
that.
fast.
Yeah, since forever, and that's another young group. So Coach Carpenter kind of going out on a flame there. This will be it for him.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to go up.
Yeah, well, we appreciate Coach Carpenter a lot. He done a lot for the school and a lot of stuff behind the scenes that people don't know that coaches do. The after hours, before school, after school.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you work 12 hours a day, 5-6 days a week for little pay, especially at a 1A school. You ain't do it from the pay.
No, definitely not. Well, Carpenter gonna have to be replaced, but he's not the only person gonna have to be.
Yeah,
replaced.
while we're talking about high school stuff, we kicked that dog around a little bit. Most people know Coach McWhorter's moved on. He's going to be vice principal. Mr. Walls has decided to retire. And we knew that was going to happen either last year, this year, or something. And
I've heard from
he was a great teacher. Let me tell you, Marcus really enjoyed his class. He had him part of the year before he moved to vice principal, and he just has a way about him with the kids teaching. He's just got this personality. It's just he's real humble. He's real smart.
Yeah.
And he's got a way with kids that how he presents the material, he's doing what God called him to do.
Right.
He just has it. He has that thing.
I think he enjoys teaching.
Like Barry, Coach Rice,
yeah.
He has this thing with the kids. He just has it. Colleen McGinnis, she has that thing where it's what God gave him to do, and they're good at it.
Right.
So we appreciate Mr. Walsh for what he's done, and of course Jonathan moving up there.
Right.
In administration position. And with Tori just leaving, taking VP administration at Spring Garden, looking back, if we thought, if Tori would have knew before, maybe would have hung around. So and we can have ideas. It's our show about who we think.
We can say we think Nick Saban's going to come. I mean, that's not going to happen.
No,
we can say what we want.
We don't know
to a certain extent.
We don't know really, but. We can assume by who's there already.
Names thrown around that have been mentioned to me are some of the guys on the staff.
Yeah.
Jim Nelson.
Coach Crane.
Garrett Crane, Nathan Weehunt, some guys on the staff. Now, as far as guys not on the staff, I'm just hearing rumors.
Yeah.
I've heard something about Coach Ray from Center that coaches at Etowah,
Scholar.
possible candidate.
Yeah.
And Mitchell that used to coach at Cedar Bluff. Those are just candidates and rumors.
And every time a job comes open at Cedar Bluff, for Cedar Bluff people that are watching or people in the county, Tyler Tabbitt's name always it comes up for.
Oh, really?
If there's a janitor spot, I've heard Tyler's coming back. If there's any spot that comes up in Cedar Bluff,
hey, there's a baseball coach.
He's helping at Glencoe right now. So and that's where Josh Decker's down there. He's finishing up his collegiate.
But, one thing about it, we could say we've heard these names and that it's going to be up to one person.
Yeah.
And that's the boss over at the school. And I'm sure he'll make the best choice. And
yeah, I hope he will. What's going to be best for the kids for the future of the school?
That's one thing I'll say about Cedar Bluff. I don't think there's anybody. It's not a town where they're going to come together and sway him one way or the other.
Not him, though.
No. Yeah, and the people are like that.
Because he's not from here.
He's not from.
Like when your mom and dad was here, which they wouldn't either,
No, I don't know if the people with Cedar Bluff would, just go up there. We want this guy, and if you don't, they just don't.
There was a time we wanted to get a ball coach when Taylor left, and we, as a parent, felt like the board was dragging their feet on it and wasn't getting us any answers to what we, what we was going to do, and we did all show up over at the board meeting one night, a bunch of us.
Right.
And voiced our opinion, and it turned out okay. And so we don't know if y'all hear anything. Y'all are welcome to comment on the page and tell us what y'all think, or who would y'all like to see be coach over at Cedar Bluff? What kind of tradition is Coach McWhorter leaving behind? How many region championships and hundreds of wins?
Right.
Went to state nearly like his first year as the head coach when Steve left to go to Piedmont. So. He's been to state a couple of times. Come up short.
Is there a chance he'll come back, Steve?
No.
Hey, I'm not going to put anybody that's a coach somewhere, already a head coach, in this search. But I have heard some former coaches. I mean, I'm not going to get on here and say, well, I heard Gillsville's coach, Sandrock's coach is coming. I haven't heard none of that. I wouldn't do that because obviously conflict of interest. But I have heard a couple of retired coaches, which was John Starr,
Chattooga, yeah.
And I won't mention the other one because he'll get mad at me. But his name was mentioned. He's been out of coaching for a while. Y'all can probably figure out who it was. He won a lot of games at a school in this county.
Yeah, I heard Coach Beckett. His name.
I've heard
that was. I mean, you get a list from people you talk to, and those are the names that come in. And
Right.
we talked to Coach Beckett. About that job years ago before
Right.
he was working doing whatever, and he would just tell us back in the day when he was coaching,
Right.
Cedar Bluff was a desirable job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, really. When Devin Clifton, and Tyrone Moore and all those guys come through.
From Cole to
Oh, my gosh. People were drooling for that job. I'm
Motown
sure.
and
Yeah.
to Tyreek and all the guys that played and all you linemen from Austin to Lance and
Right. Austin Hayes.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. He was a little above average.
yeah.
Just, I found out, and I know we're getting way off the subject, but he started at Sanford and did pretty well.
Yeah.
And I don't know if a lot of people know that, but
We hope maybe
he
I don't
did well.
I don't have no skin in the game anymore.
I
Okay,
don't.
my son's graduating
I'm
this
just
year.
a PA man.
I would like to see, if we're just going, it's our show.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Cedar Bluff, from what we've heard in the bushes,
Mm-hmm.
I agreed with, get back to like a old school something. Get into a wing T stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Play to your strengths. If you don't have big time receivers and you're going to have a new offensive line because you lost Marcus, Corey, and Stowe up front, the best thing to do would maybe get in a wing T, and you do have some good guys for the backfield. You got Nick, you got Preston, and you got
He
Bucky.
did have a good backfield.
Nick,
Yeah.
Preston, and Bucky. I think you could put those three.
And the quarterback can run too.
Yeah,
Burles
put
can
them three in there
Mm-hmm.
and run the ball. Let's
Yeah.
just run off tackle and stuff.
Well, I tell you what's going on in sports, and it goes on in life like this too. Stuff comes full circle. I think we're getting back to the running game now
Yeah.
in high school. I think, yes, there are teams out there that still throw it around.
Mm-hmm.
But, look, Mars Hill won it all. All they did was, they might have thrown, but they were primarily a running team.
Yeah, 9 times, 10 times a game.
We don't Fife. Well, I know Fife's a throwing team. But, running team. Who won 1A? They were a running team. Hanley won 4A. They're definitely not a throwing team.
Because they got some guys that can run that thing.
Now, obviously, you get up to 5, 6, and 7, and there was more throwing.
Because you have a bigger school and you have like 6 good 5-star receivers, or at least 4 5-stars and 2 4.
But we're seeing it return to, I think, and I may be wrong, but I just kind of see it coming full circle back to the ground and pound stuff.
Well, I think too it may have something to do with
Which I'm happy with that.
kids not playing football.
Right.
Basketball's taken over here in the past 4, 5, 6 years. More prevalent. Basketball,
Right.
Baseball has taken a hit, but I see some of the younger kids. I see some younger kids coming into basketball. To baseball. You see all these young teams coming in, like we'll say Cruz Butts, for example, his little boy. So.
Hold on.
But I think maybe the kids playing more basketball, and we've got away from football. And when you have a small line, you can hide a small line by just running the ball.
Yeah. I think I don't see. I know Coach Starr that coached at Chattooga. Let me tell you something. He ran it. Yes, he threw some, but for the most part, he was running. He would get to 4 or 5 bags a game, and I'll never remember nobody not being out there.
Well, you want to keep them honest. You got to throw it a little bit. Right?
I honestly think that everybody in the school that could have helped was on the team, and I'll never remember anybody quitting. Never.
Yeah.
So let's see what Mark says here. Refuse to lose is better than just wanting to win. That's good, Mark.
Oh, sure. I agree with
See, I stole this, but that's good. It's still good. It's still a good.
So we'll move on from the Cedar Bluff administration coaching job. We have heard rumors of whatever that we've just talked about, and whoever it is, we hope God will bless them, and He'll continue to have that good, godly, teach them to be good men things that Coach McCorder taught the boys.
Yes, he did. He was character is above reproach.
Yeah. So we hope just for the best. And like I said,
Yeah, great career there. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
he won 125 ball games, you know,
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
15, 16 years. So. But yeah, we wish him the best.
Yeah.
We hope this. Obviously, we'd be lying if we didn't say we could care less who they get. Yeah, we do. We went to school there.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, we care. You call games over there still. I'll be around covering games.
Right. I mean, we definitely care. I mean, you go to school somewhere and you just automatically care about it.
Yeah. What about let's change gears and again we thank everybody for tuning in, checking out Big Matt Diamond Dean. We've talked about local baseball. We're center in Spring Garden, had some excitement over there, and
Big time.
talking about our local high school. Moving on, probably getting another head coach job, moving in. We know that we'll move into the NFL stuff.
Draft time, huh?
Well, you know, people moving. See, the Panthers dump. Bridgewater goes to the Broncos.
Yeah. This week. We didn't know it till not long ago. Sam Darnold's coming to the Panthers.
And McCarron's going to be at the Falcons.
Wow.
But they still didn't get a quarterback. And I don't know what Atlanta's waiting on.
Stick with that. Right. We'll get in, and I do like Pitts. Are we going on into that?
Yeah.
I do like Pitts being picked. I think it's a good pick, but I noticed some people just acting like this was the greatest thing in the football history, and I don't know how it's tied in. I mean, I may be wrong. Can change your fortunes that much. I don't know if he's the answer.
It starts with defense.
I mean, he's a good player, and I think that is a big pickup for him because they have, since Tony Gonzalez, they haven't had a great tight end, I wouldn't think.
No.
But
what about Tebow practicing to be tight end at the Jaguars?
He wants to play for Lawrence, huh?
Maybe playing with Lawrence. And Lawrence is also getting back his counterpart from the backfield, ETN. He's going to be he's got Jacksonville too. So, you know, I don't know how that's going to work. Tebow's leadership abilities are great.
Right they are.
And also, we'll say Aaron Rodgers, we don't know what's going on there. He's talking about retirement. If he don't get traded, they're saying they're not going to let him go.
Said he was getting retirement if he didn't get what he asked.
Well, he was talking about going to the 49ers, and then the third pick, 49ers trade Lance from North Dakota State, only with 17 starts. Let's talk about that just a second. He only has 17 starts.
Not a lot of experience.
Not at all. We're not
a year and a half, maybe.
We're not saying his ability. Now, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying we ain't seen him a lot. One and two, who has he got to play against besides Montana University of the Mudslingers and South Wyoming Technical College?
Well, they were high on Wentz, and Wentz has had a good career, even though he's out right now.
That don't mean I don't wish Trey the best, but to take him third, wow, boy,
I was shocked by it. And from all I've read, he's going to be their man, which Garoppolo could beat him out, but.
Now, number two, the Jets took Zach Wilson from BYU. What do you like about that?
You know what? I'm not going to say anything against these guys, but let me tell you why. I was shocked and didn't understand why they took Josh Allen 2 years ago, and he's unbelievable.
I liked him.
So I'm going to let them. I don't really get it. I didn't really get Herbert or Josh Allen, but I realized after seeing how good they were in the pros that I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to draft picks. And they do. So, obviously, they see something in Zach Wilson. And Darnold's gone. It's going to be his time.
What about some Auburn players? KJ Britt. Where did he play, at Oxford? Or
Yeah, Oxford.
He's going to...
Two guys in the Gadsden Times area drafted.
Oh, yes,
or Anderson Star
area. KJ Britt and safety Jamon Sherwood. I heard their names called between the 3rd and the 6th round.
Did you hear about the boy from Fort Payne? First ever draft pick.
Yeah, kicker. Yeah.
Pearson.
Britt getting elected by Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 176 pick. He'll join his former Auburn teammate Carlton Davis and Jamal Dean. That's Todd's second cousin on that defensive team. Thumb injury had limited Britt a little bit. 2 games as senior, but
I mean, how many is that in Gadsden area now? That's going to be about from Cleveland County. If I'm not mistaken, Britt, if he makes the team, will make 19 from Calhoun County, Alabama. 19 guys to make a pro roster. pretty impressive.
Let's see here. Something. Go ahead.
Oh, well, what do you think about here?
You got Georgia and Auburn, or?
Well, I've got some more picks. I'll just go first round. You like Jamar Chase going to Cincinnati, reuniting with Burrow?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you might as well put him with his buddy up there.
All right. What about Waddle? You're not real big on Waddle going over Smith, though, was you? I mean, Waddle does have a major injury. I know he's talented.
He's more. Maybe a stupid comment. Well, he's more exciting than Smith. I don't. Well, he can just make chocolate pudding out of vanilla cream pie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just can. Not that Devontae's bad. He Smith's a great route runner. Won Heisman. Won every award you can win under the sun. Catch the ball. He could catch it with one eye closed and one arm up under his pads.
Well, the thing about him is you see him run a route, he'd be open, and there'd be 20 yards behind him.
Yeah.
But so you do like Waddle going to Miami, reuniting with Tagovailoa, J.C. Horn. I saw an article where his dad was complaining about him not getting enough love. His dad, Joe Horn, used to play for the Saints. Then he goes 8th.
That's pretty good. I don't know what he'd be complaining about. But Tom Brady.
I don't know. And maybe I didn't read the thing close enough.
Tom Brady went way, way after that.
I don't know. Said he wasn't. I don't know. We won't even get into that. But he was not happy with the things that took place.
Right.
Now, he may be fine after he went 8th. Patrick Surtain, whose dad also was a star in the NFL, obviously he goes 9th. So I don't think his daddy went 9th.
No.
Going to Denver.
What about Jones going to play with the old Bill? Him and Cam's going to, I guess, share the field or something.
I don't know. I'm anxious to see.
I don't think there's nothing that Matt can learn from Cam besides some things about being in a pro football league. There's ins and outs. Cam's been there a while.
Right.
But as far as, reading the defense type stuff, their abilities are different. Now, he could show Mac how to run and
he can run
and do those kind of being agile, because Mac's not. He's not an agile quarterback. He's not a runner like Cam was. So I'm kind of excited. I want to see what happens.
I'm really interested to see who their quarterback ends up being. And I don't, nothing away from, I'm not taking nothing away from Stidham, but I think he's out of the picture. Now watch this. Watch Stidham lead them to the Super Bowl. And Cam and Jones.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
But I'm thinking that it's going to be a nice little battle. He may bring out the best in Cam. We may see the Cam of old.
That would be great.
I'm talking about the competition.
Yeah.
Hey, I got this young kid breathing down.
That would be great. I wish the best for Cam. I think he's mainly checked out about 3 years ago.
Yeah, he appears to.
Yeah.
But, I saw an article, and I felt bad for him, and he felt bad about it, but he said he'd probably spend $1 million on clothes.
Yeah.
Since he come in the league.
Made no sense.
What do you think about Devontae going to Philly?
Yeah, play with Jalen again. I mean, that's...
Okay, here's my question to you, and I'm going to ask you guys this too. You can answer it. They going to really let Jalen be this quarterback? Or I just keep hearing rumors that they're bringing somebody else in.
As far as I know, but this NFL,
he's going to have to fight for it.
If you don't read it every day,
it changes.
You'll say something, and they're like, "You're an idiot." That was 4 hours ago. They made a change from the Minnesota Vikings to the Tampa. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah,
so
it happens a lot.
In NFL, they're right now, especially they're doing all kind of trading around. There's something going on probably right now. That we're missing. So I don't know.
Now, what do y'all think? Y'all think Jalen will be the Eagles quarterback? I just hear rumors that he's going to be challenged at least, and they're going to bring in somebody there that could.
One of your favorites, Dean. We'll run off on this guy a little bit. Blount County High School's Tony played for the Florida Gators.
I did not know he played at Blount till this weekend.
He's going to the Giants.
You know what he played at Blount? Quarterback. Quarterback. He's
so bad.
I'm going to go on and say it, Matt. You may agree with me on this. That's my sleeper, first round sleeper.
Okay.
Darius Tony.
Write that down.
From Blount High School.
Christian Barmore from Alabama. The Patriots pick him up. He's going to be playing defense. Counterpart his partner, Mac Jones. And let's see. You got a Clay Chalkville High School. Nico Collins played at Michigan. Nico Collins, he's going to be playing with the Texans. And then Schwartz from Auburn, we've talked about him. He's going to the Browns. He played wide receiver, 91st pick. From James Clemens High School, Monty Rice.
He played at James Clemens?
Yeah.
Good.
He's Played at Georgia. Yeah, he's going to the Titans too. Go up there and join Derrick Henry. UAB picks Jordan Smith. He's going to the Jaguars. Played at UAB.
Wow.
Just these are some in-state guys, and Todd has mentioned Evan McPherson from Fort Payne going to play for the Bengals to kick with them.
Yeah, that's pretty. And as far as I know now, he is the first Fort Payne athlete from Fort Payne High School too. And I'm actually looking up something about a player that Coach Beckett.
Austin High School in Alabama. Deontay Brown played with Alabama. He's got picked up by the Panthers. Seth Williams, Paul Bryant High School from Auburn. He's going to the Denver Broncos. Thomas Fletcher from Alabama. He's going to play with the Panthers. And Kawan Baker from South Alabama is going to be playing with the Saints. He was a 233rd pick. And those are just some guys that are some high schools around here in the state that we all know.
That's very interesting. I was looking up a player Coach Beckett coached, and he's got one more year, but he's supposed to be a draft pick, one that he coached at Winterboro.
I do have something interesting to share. I got some inside information from a Gadsden City area person from down that way, and was talking about that list that you brought, that you had copied and posted about some of the
Hold on,
grades.
can I say one thing? And Tyler Blaylock makes a good point. He says he feels like the Bengals should have protected Burrow more instead of gotten Chase, a lineman. Because he stayed beat up last year.
If he's got somebody to throw it to, which I agree, you do.
Yeah.
But if he can throw it up to him, and he can just kind of blindly throw it anywhere, and that cat's going to catch it.
Yeah, Chase is very exciting, and I feel he's a huge reason. Obviously, their whole team was, but I felt like Chase was just great that year they won. But go ahead, what were you saying about that? What I copied?
Yeah, that list, I got some info from some people in Gadsden City.
Mm-hmm.
Some coaches down there in that area will tell you that there were 6 or 8 guys who were maybe better than Dre Kirkpatrick or Mooney, who just won Rookie of the Year in from Gadsden City also.
See, I didn't. Mooney wasn't listed on that. It must have been from 82 to 2017.
Some Kelly kid from down that way used to work over on Dre about every day at practice.
Yeah.
He had a heart condition that stopped him from playing.
I remember him. He was a receiver, right?
So these are some guys that, yeah.
I thought that list was interesting, and I didn't get a lot of feedback on that, but it might have been the way I posted it, because it didn't have – I thought it would be very interesting for everybody, but I couldn't get it all in a screenshot, so I had to type it out. But it was a 35 for the last 35 years, which we definitely agree with the number one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Carnell. I mean,
oh, my God, man. I mean, him and Martin Houston are – and I got to see Cadillac play a game. Martin, I did not. I'm too young.
Right.
A little before me. I got to see Michael Johnson little, so we favor him a little bit.
Yeah, he was on that list.
But I mean, Martin Houston, I mean, how's he? Good God, man. He played Alabama.
Yeah.
He played ball.
Yeah, he was pretty up on it, too.
He's got a radio show that he's watching us right now. I just talked to him a minute ago. I mean, I'm just kidding, by the way. But
he's watching us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't even catch that. He may be.
I worked that in smooth.
Yeah, you did. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't see anybody that I felt was left off. But like I said, who knows? This might have just been 2 guys doing this.
Some of that is also opinion, Dean. We have to remember everybody's got one, and emotions play a lot. About when you start picking favorites, you're picking by emotions, which is not a way to run the country by emotions or run a business, but to have fun with something just about sports, because it's not the end of the world. We're just having fun. You can be emotional about that. Hey, I played with that guy. It's so-and-so. He was better than so-and-so. Like, Cole Peace probably thinks Moton's a bit. I mean, he played with it. You see what I'm saying?
Actually, as far as that list goes, I think that may have been what it was most exciting skills. Moton was actually the highest Cedar Bluff rated player on there. Mm-hmm. There wasn't no Cedar Bluff quarterbacks, Hampton or Peace.
And it's not a knock against Jamie or Cole.
No.
Because they were great.
Well, you got to watch when you post those lists, too, because I did this one time on my own for Cedar Bluff School. And I'm not kidding now. I'm not saying no names, but I put the best 50 players.
God, why would you have him at number 10?
Well, I got a little of that, but I also got somebody that just started reeling off names of people that I didn't name. And somebody will remember this. 2 or 3 of them didn't even play. And I'm like, I didn't respond.
Matt McKinney, why is he not?
I'm like, what are you, I'm sitting there going, what are you talking about?
Well, those kind of people, you just don't pay them no attention.
And
You just move on.
I mean, hey, I loved it. I had comments for 4 days, but and not all of them were bad. It wasn't too. We might have to redo that. I don't know. We might lose some viewership, but
Well, it's just opinions, and everybody can have.
I mean, hey, and you just made a good point, guys. What we saying, y'all know this. This don't mean, and we're just two guys.
Yeah, we're just having a good time.
Having a good time. What we say, if we make a top 50 list, that's not sanctioned or going to be down at the Capitol.
No.
I wouldn't think.
No, probably it may be.
It may get down there.
Yeah, me and Ivy, we're pretty close.
You been okay?
Yeah, she's watching tonight too. Good evening, Governor. How you doing today?
Wait just a second. I was going to talk to you about. Wait just a second. You can let me like somebody's. Mark Welsh said, "Thanks, guys."
What do you think about this, and listeners too? We'll get out here with this last.
I was going to ask you what you thought about Fields going 11th. Did you like that?
Yeah, I guess, and he's a good player. He shrank in a lot of big games. They got completely dusted by the best football team in college football this year, and they got all their eggs put in a basket with Clemson, and they just played terrible against Alabama. And anytime he gets rattled, he don't play good when he gets rattled.
I don't.
He never has.
I do think he's good, but I don't see it. I don't think he. I'll just go on and be honest. I don't think he's as good as Deshaun Watson. I don't think he's as good as Kyler Murray. I'm sorry.
I don't either. It's not that we don't like him.
Yeah, I like him.
We just think there's some people that are.
I love Deshaun Watson.
I think Deshaun is a lot better.
We don't really know what Deshaun's future is going to be right now, but as far as being a quarterback,
skilled and
I like him, and I think Russell Wilson's better.
I really love him, man. I like him better than Deshaun.
Yeah, but
it's the leadership ability, the stuff on the field, and Justin missing the season. They got into the championship game. They played like 4 or 5 games. That was number one. That was ridiculous.
Right.
That's absolutely just ascertained to be able to play in a national championship game. You play a couple. That should never happen. That was all politics. 2, like I said, he hadn't played well in those big games. And 3, yeah, I mean, if you can throw the ball down the field to some guy that's wide open half the time when you're playing against nobody, and with Bama playing an all SEC schedule and winning all those games, and maybe the SEC wasn't as good as it's always been.
Right.
But if you just want to go by records, for anybody from Ohio State that's watching, their teams don't do well. Every once in a while they do.
Right.
And they put it on Alabama one year.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they just don't. And it's just, all it has to do with, guys, is what I did back in January, what we talked about. Recruits.
Yeah.
Who's the number one recruiting class? Who's got the best players in the country? That's where they're going to be good. Those teams are going to be the ones in the playoffs.
Well, the main point I wanted to make, yes, you're right. And I don't know. I'm looking back at Fields, and they're dual threats. All those guys I mentioned are dual threat quarterbacks. I don't know that he's going to be better than any of those guys. Watson, Murray, or he may pass better than Lamar Jackson. I don't even know that. And nobody runs better than Lamar Jackson. Let's just go on and face
that. What about, these other teams we was talking about the other day? We wanted to get a 4th team. Bama.
I can't think of it.
Notre Dame. You like Ohio State or Clemson?
I like
Bama?
Oklahoma, Clemson, and Alabama so far.
Oklahoma, Clemson, Bama. Oklahoma's going to be good. And while we're talking about college too, I'd say
I don't know who I'm going to go with on that 4th spot.
I'm
leaning towards Oregon, but I got to read some more on them.
I'm telling you now.
I'm leaning towards Oregon.
Well, I'll just say it don't matter what they're going to do. I ain't going to kill Indiana. It's not going to be bad.
No, they're going to be good.
They can sneak around and win the right game.
Yeah.
Because their schedule's going to be pretty easy.
Indiana's
and they're loaded.
Yeah.
You covered that team.
You think they could? You actually think they could win the Big Ten?
All they got to do is beat Ohio State, and they're in. Who else is in that conference going to be? Michigan?
Michigan's
Penn
supposed
State?
to be better. Wisconsin's going to be ranked high.
Okay, so Indiana wins the right game or two.
You never know.
I didn't say they're going to win it. Don't put me down.
He put Indiana in there.
They were beating Alabama for the title. No, but Oklahoma now I do have in the championship game. If they don't make the title game, it's a fail.
Yeah. You
with what they got back,
go with my 4th. I'm leaning towards Oregon, but I don't know yet. But what we One thing I will say, I do think Fields will do great in Chicago. I do think he'll start there and be good. But now I just don't know that he's as dynamic as they make him out to be.
Yeah, I go along with that.
I did think he was good in school, but I didn't ever think he was the best quarterback in the country.
We'll give the last 10 minutes on this. What about college football playoff we just showed? What about it expanded? They're talking about it again.
Do you like it?
An 8-team playoff or 16, 32?
I don't like 16, but I like an 8. I don't care for 16. Forget that. How many major conferences are there? 5.
Yeah. The only thing you get into with expanding the playoffs, and I don't have nothing against it. I mean, more ball is better for me.
Yeah. Oh, that first weekend, 4 games would be great.
But what winds up happening is you get a team that's going to be like JSU having to play Alabama.
If you go 16, you will. Maybe not 8.
8 teams. I mean, I don't like. Well, we'll just look at this. This top 8, Northwestern plays Alabama. Well, that's 50.
This is last year's top 8.
Yeah, we'll just say with this top 8.
Okay, Northwestern would not have beat Alabama. What about 7 and 2?
No, I don't think
Cincinnati would have played
Notre Dame too.
No. Okay, so we still got the same 2. All right, 6 and 3. Florida versus
Clemson. That'd be a good game.
I'm still gonna give the nod to Clemson. No offense, Tyler. And 4th would play 5.
That's what we wanted.
Yes, that would be A&M and
Ohio State.
I think A&M would have beat them. Maybe.
Okay.
So we put it. It's
So
going to end up the same way.
That's why I'm saying there's no need to do it.
That's a very good point.
Why? If
More than I don't know that
shocker.
A&M would have beat them.
So-
They could have.
My prevalence would be to
Just keep it.
just put it at a 5. Add some kind of wild card. Let the number 1 team have a bye week,
That's not a bad
and let
idea.
2 and 4 and 3 and 5 play.
Not a bad idea.
What it does, it gives that one outlier, because I mean Florida didn't win the
That way
SEC.
there's no more. And then nobody's going to say, well, by gosh, we should have been 5th instead of 6th.
So Florida didn't win the conference. Well, never did A&M, but didn't A&M beat Florida? Did they get to play?
I think A&M did beat Florida.
Because we had played all conference
Yeah.
schedule last year. They had to have.
Yeah.
So, bam, that's solved. They're 5. They're over Florida.
Mm.
Florida lost to LSU down there.
That's not a bad idea, what you're suggesting. What you're saying is there's no need in doing an 8 because more than likely you're
It's
going to
gonna
get the
be
same
the
4.
same guys, man. It's gonna be Alabama,
Well, let me see that. You got me
Ohio
interested
State,
in that.
Clemson. It's gonna be the same cats.
Hold it.
It's been doing this for.
Wait a second. Let me check something. 2019 top 25 college football. I want to see how that worked out that
Yeah, y'all go in there and
year.
tell us what y'all think. This show's for y'all. And
That's interesting.
again, we appreciate y'all tuning in to us tonight. Big Matt and Diamond Dean. We're just around here kicking the bread around, and
All right,
right now we're talking about college football expansion, and I'm just kind of prevailing that we just take a week of Christmas off for the number 1 team and let 2 and 4 play and let 3 and 5 play.
All right, Matt, let's see here. Okay. That year, Alabama and LSU would have matched up in week 1. Whoa, that would
have been a great
have
game.
been a great.
It'd been a rematch.
And Clemson and Oklahoma would have played.
Burrow versus a healthy Tua.
Yeah, but and the 2 and the 7 would have been Clemson, Oklahoma. Then you would have had Florida and Ohio State again, and Georgia and Oregon. Man, that would have been awesome. That would have really been a good one. That would have been fine on top 8. But that might not have been the top 8 at the time the playoffs started. But you're right. Most of the time, it's going to be the same. Yeah, you're going to have exceptions.
Sometimes it'll happen.
But most of the time, it's still going to be those 4.
What about Minnesota? I mean,
Can they win?
they going to, I mean,
I'm leaning towards Oregon.
I'm going to take Indiana. We got to pick somebody for
We
either.
got to.
Because we're kind of straight up.
Yeah, we
Bama-
may change that. We can change these at any time.
Bama, Oklahoma.
I'm not changing Bama and Clemson. Probably not Oklahoma either.
See, I'm not crazy on Clemson.
I just don't think they have the schedule to.
Their schedule is so easy. They're going to make a run. Like you said, they're going to make a run at it. Clemson will. I mean, who's going to beat them? North Carolina?
Who's the?
I see it. That's all the.
Oh yeah, North Carolina could definitely beat
that's it. I mean, if they get past that game, well, if that's it, we're done for the year. Oh, let's play these other 6 teams. We'll
So
play
who's the other independents?
Southwestern Snakebite College or North Kalamazoo,
North Kalamazoo.
Cal Tippin College, or
Have you ever been Cal Tippin?
I have.
You have.
Yeah,
I had somebody tell me it was a myth.
yeah, it didn't work. I pushed the Cal,
Okay.
and another one come at me. I had to jump the fence.
I did hear that it could not be done. Then somebody told me it could.
It didn't work for me.
Huh. So it's a myth.
I guess. As far as what I studied.
Y'all answer us on that. Have you ever been Cal Tippin? Who were the top 8 in 78? That's pretty funny.
Top 8 in college, Alabama,
Who were the top 8?
Nebraska, Michigan,
Let's see. That's
Ohio.
good. He got it. That's from Brian Knapp, too.
Ohio State.
Top. If you've ever been around Coach Knapp much, he's pretty funny. Top 10 college football.
I bet 5 of those I'll give you are in the top 10.
1978. This ought to be interesting. I'm glad you actually. 1978. All right, here we go. Alabama. What's the shot?
Oh, well, my about that.
Oh, that's Brian. Arkansas too.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the only game
You
they
will
lost.
never guess these. I mean, nobody's going to.
Minnesota, Michigan,
Penn State 3.
yeah,
Oklahoma 4.
yeah, USC,
Notre Dame, Michigan, Ohio State, Texas, USC, Nebraska.
same teams.
Same team.
It's the same teams, guys. That's what I'm saying.
Same. Yeah.
It's
You're
the powerhouse
absolutely right.
teams. You know Nebraska's going to be in there in those areas.
Oh yeah, no, Nebraska was.
Oklahoma.
Let's see who the top 25 was. Let's see if it's changed in. All right, 20, Iowa State,
78.
North Carolina, Clemson, Florida State, A&M, Kentucky, Pittsburgh. You don't hear much out of Pittsburgh anymore.
Well, at 78, who was there? When they was long-haired stranger, quarterback in town that year?
What in Kentucky?
No, what, Pitt?
Oh,
Dan Marino. Was Marino
he
there
might
that
have
year?
been there then.
I think he was.
I don't know.
Or that year right
He
there.
was
had it.
getting close to being. He was in there. He beat Herschel Walker in UCLA. You don't hear much out of UCLA now.
Where was Auburn at? Auburn in Georgia.
No,
Well,
Auburn was real bad in the 70s. They're just average, not bad.
Yeah, Georgia.
Just average.
they were putting together a team in 78 now, though.
Yeah, well, when Herschel come
Right.
to town is when they kicked it off, and then when Pat Dye come to town is when Auburn and Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll give Pat Dye some credit.
Billy Wood,
They did
the
good.
local legend.
Yeah, played Georgia.
He did. He guarded Ozzie Newsome. I sent a game clip of talking about Ozzie, and Bill was guarding him.
He actually intercepted 4 or 5 passes at Georgia. And now that's verified. That's not rumor.
No, Bill's good.
That's not. He actually was a 2-year starter for the Georgia Bulldogs and quarterback here under Bobby Joe Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody asked me today how many SEC players from center under Johnson. And I mean, you had his sons.
5, I guess.
Martin, that's 3. Well, they said there was more in the 70s.
Okay.
Billy Wood, Sam Fife. I don't think Sam Fife stayed at Georgia, but he did get a scholarship to Georgia. Colton Hill and him's daddy played at Alabama. John.
Yeah.
I don't know, 7 or 8.
Well, we've had some good debate tonight.
Yeah, it's been pretty
local
good.
stuff, talking about the draft. We got into some Tebow to the Jaguars and Aaron Rodgers leaving. Then the playoff expansion. We got to kick that can around a little bit. So tell me what y'all think. Y'all want to see?
I like that. I didn't even know you were going to bring that up.
I
like
just,
it when you did.
well, that's why it surprises you. I get an
Yeah.
honest answer from you. You know, you don't get to think about it.
No, you don't. No, I don't mind the 8, but I do not like the 16. But I understand your argument on the 8.
It's just like that list. I mean,
It's not like basketball.
man, it's Alabama, Oklahoma, Clemson, Ohio State.
It's been the same thing.
Every once in a while, you'll get some
You'll get
guy
some
in
other
there.
teams in
Yeah, but
And I guarantee you, when you look at 79, 80,
it's going to be Oklahoma.
close to
I
being.
bet Nebraska was one.
Nebraska moved on up. They
yes.
got real good there. Yeah, that was Nebraska.
Penn
Notre Dame.
State, Notre Dame, Penn State was winning those years because that's when they.
The only teams I could think of that I saw on there that were winning more then that aren't now.
Penn
I don't
State.
know that they're bad now. Would be UCLA and Pittsburgh.
Penn State, Nebraska. They were
They're not
legends.
winning much now.
No, they're
well,
not.
Penn State's still okay.
Yeah, which Auburn gets them week 3.
I actually heard somebody tell me the other day they never did think Nebraska would be back, and it was not me.
How about that? We got a question at the ball game, guys. Well, like Auburn to win the title this year.
He said, "I do like Auburn to win the title." He was kidding.
Maybe in men's rowing and swimming.
I don't even think he was joking. I don't even think Auburn fans think they will win it this year.
They'll win it in rowing now. I promise you that. They don't miss. They win more rowing championships than swimming.
Do they really?
Yes. Yeah, they don't.
Oh, I thought you were just joking.
No, they win it.
You know our buddy, which I won't say his name because I don't want to bring attention to him. I don't want that, but he thinks that Bo Nix is going to lose his job, and we're like, dude, Bo Nix ain't losing his job.
I don't think so.
I mean, even if he does fail, I wouldn't think he does.
Well,
his job.
Bo's going to have a tough time. We watched in the spring game. He's getting a check at the line. So he's getting to check plays, so it's a little different. He used to be.
And we're pronouncing that guy's name wrong. It's Harsin. It's not Harrison.
Who?
Their new coach. I've been saying Harrison. It's
Harsin.
Harsin.
Yeah, Harsin.
Okay.
Yeah, he took Gus's spot out there at the before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think he'll do good.
It's just different, and it's going to be new. And
everybody agrees the tank needs to be touching it.
God darn man, that boy. I hate it for him, really, because he wound up. He's going to be SEC running back of the year, and he just wound up.
He may be the best running back in the conference.
That's what I'm saying. And he's in the middle of a mess. They got a new coach, new offense is changing. If he's at Alabama and he comes in behind Najee Harris this year.
Well, you got him coming back, and I'll just be honest, I'm not taking nothing away from Robinson, but I think Bigsby's as good or better than Robinson. That Spiller out in Texas A&M is a good back now. He may be the best back in the conference. But I'm telling you, Bigsby, Tank is a man now. I told you what the Sugar kid said about him, didn't I? Well, he ran it on the first play, and he said, we wasn't tackling that joker.
No, I mean, look at him. We shared that picture of him when we did a show back last year.
I think somebody said they went up to tackle him, and it was just like, okay, like this is them, and he just.
Yeah, just watch out, man. I'm trying to do something.
Out. What are you doing? They gone.
That was great. We had a good time tonight.
Yeah, we did.
We appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, and we're gonna kick it loose, and y'all go enjoy the rest of the evening. I'm gonna go put my feet up and get ready for a long week of work.
Yeah. That's what's up.
All right, guys and gals, we do appreciate you and we love you, and thank you to our sponsors, and
good luck, Spring Guard.
Yeah.
Congratulations, City Bluff track team.
We'll try to get out there one day this week and catch you guys playing. And as always, Dane, keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God. Peace.